In Norfolk, England, Christine Keeler struggles daily with the feelings of terror she has about mice. She too feels that any form of behaviour therapy would be too traumatic.
Nothing could persuade me to touch a mouse, nothing. If somebody put a cage there full of mice with £1 million in the middle, I could no way think I can keep it. I just couldn't take it out. As much as I need that money, I could not take it. I just couldn't. No, nothing would persuade me.
I'd be in there like shot.
That's the worst thing about thinking about therapy. There's only one way of finding out if you could, isn't there? Yeah, and that's got to be like hell.
Living in the countryside means every nook and cranny of Christine's house has had many mouse visitations.
I have to use this to get the tea towels, but I don't like it because when we had a mouse in the house, there were some mouse droppings just down there, and I don't like that cupboard either. No.
Christine's fear of mice is matched only by her passion for the pigeons she and her husband show. Her daily handling of these birds is something Jackie Kelly would find totally abhorrent.
Those dirty birds, they're just disgusting.
There's just nothing to be afraid of on a feather.
I could pick a mouse up rather than a pigeon. That would not be a problem.
If I sat in a room and somebody let a load of mice out, I think I would die. I really think I would just stop breathing and I would die.
Christine and Jackie have come to the Institute of Psychiatry in London to take part in an unusual research project.
You really do at times think that you're going crazy though, don't you?
So it's the actual feather, not the bird?
It's both.
I can understand the bird if it's flapping around you, because that is,
But
you know...
the feather is as bad as the bird. And I don't understand how you can have your pigeons.
But I can now say the word mouse, but I can't type it. I can't write it. I couldn't write it down. I can't write it down.
You had a look at this scanner?
No.
Did you know anything about it?
They've drawn me a picture of it and it doesn't seem quite so bad.
They both agreed to take part in a brain study, the first of its kind ever to be done to try and see what actually happens in the phobic brain when exposed to their object of terror.
Now what we're going to be asking you to do, first of all, is to go into the scanner and stay in for just about an hour. And during that time, we're going to be asking you to look at different types of picture. Now, some of the pictures you're going to find a bit disturbing. They're going to be pictures of mice or birds and feathers.
When we're looking at the pictures that we don't particularly like, it's possible that we might let out a scream or a, you know.
All we can say is that I understand that's going to be a problem, but if you can try and keep your movement and the gasping to a minimum. But we understand, I mean, it's not an easy thing to do, and well done for being brave enough to come and volunteer to go in the scanner. But as I say, it's only going to be a few of the pictures which are going to be distressing. I think the first one isn't...
Dr. Phillips gets Christine to grade her pictures.
Now, I'm just going to show you very briefly one of these, and then if you want to stop, we'll stop, OK? This is still a picture, it's not a real one.
That's enough.
Yeah, that's enough, OK, fine.
The MRI scanner will record what happens inside Jackie's brain when she's frightened. But before they start recording, Jackie starts to panic.
All right, okay. Bring you out. Don't even put up.
Either the claustrophobic scanner or the thought of the pictures of birds and feathers were too much for Jackie. So, will Christine be able to cope?
Hello, Christine, it's Mary again. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Great, how are you doing?
Fine.
Great, well, the pictures are going to come up fairly shortly, but before they do, you'll hear about a minute of noise.
The first pictures are innocuous and shouldn't bother Christine. Although the birds and the feathers would have been a problem for Jackie.
think she'll probably be okay with the neutral ones, so let's just see how she goes.
As she looks at the pictures, the scanner is constantly analysing the activity in different parts of her brain.
How are you doing?
The next series of pictures would upset most of us, and scientists have already recorded the brain's reaction to normal fear. But this will be the first time phobic fear will have ever been isolated. Christine is about to see mice.
Okay. You did extremely well.
Christine's brain scan shows something very interesting. A normal fear reaction involves the amygdala, the primitive part of the brain. But when Christine was terrified by the mice, there was a surge of blood in the hippocampus, which processes emotional memory. This unusual brain activity should change when or if she's cured. In the light of this discovery, Christine's suspicions as to where her phobia began seem likely.
My first memory of a mouse is when my mother accidentally cooked one. Obviously it was in the oven before she put the pie in, but when she pulled it out there was this little shrivelled mouse at the back there.
For Christine, like many people with phobias, the idea of a cure that won't involve any exposure to the object of fear is very seductive. She's heard about just such a treatment called thought field therapy. And it can even be given over the phone from California.
I have doubtless treated more people by far than any other doctor in history. Not any other doctor today, but in history. And maybe more than all of them in history when you think about it, because I found I could cure most of them within minutes.
In Norfolk, Christine wants the miracle to work for her.
Dr. Callahan.
Hello.
Hello. Is this Christine?
It is?
Well, it's very nice to talk to you, Christine, and I hope we can help you with this fear of mice. It's going to sound kind of silly, but this is the most powerful approach I've ever seen in my life. Take 2 fingers, and I want you to go just about an inch below either one of your eyes.
Yeah.
Have you got that?
I've got that.
Okay, now I want you to tap there, gently but solidly 5 times.
To what?
Pardon?
To do what?
I want you to tap.
Tap, yeah.
5 taps right below your eye. You done that?
Yeah.
Dr. Callahan's claim is that if you tap on the body's acupressure points while thinking of your phobia, it will have miraculous results.
Now I want you to tap there 5 times.
Yeah, but I'm holding the telephone.
Thank you for reminding me of that important fact.
It's all right.
Could you hold the phone with your shoulder?
Yeah.
And then tap that point.
Keep tapping, and now we're going to activate your right brain. I'm going to ask you to hum a little tune, just a couple of bars.
I don't want to do that.
After 15 minutes of tapping, Christine is asked to look at a picture of a mouse.
Hello?
Christine?
Yeah, I'll find one.
Good, good. Now, how do you feel about looking at the picture? Is it still a 10? You don't want to see that picture? I'm sorry?
Yeah, I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
We have here what we call a very complex phobia, surprisingly, because this would do it for about 8 out of 10 people.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I just don't see where it's getting me anywhere.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Christine? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Dr. Callahan operates on a no-win, no-fee basis. If he can cure the phobia, it's $3,000. He persuades Christine to try something else.
Now, I want you to wrap that towel around you. Do you mind doing this?
Wrap it around me.
Yeah, like up around your neck. I want to try to block out the t-shirt.
Hang on.
The t-shirt is toxic.
Dr. Callahan thinks Christine may be allergic to a t-shirt, and this could be interfering with his treatment.
You got it real well covered, so the t-shirt, you're not going to be breathing fumes from the t-shirt?
I can't smell the t-shirt.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Do you want to continue?
Not really, no.
Yeah, I didn't think you did.
Her clothing is toxic. Do you know what that means? If she'd want to continue, I might have to have her strip all of her clothing off before the day is over, you know?
Putting the towel around my neck, that just seemed ridiculous. That just finished it, really. And I did go into it with a positive attitude, but after about 10 minutes of it, it just fairly... I couldn't see where it was getting anywhere. Couldn't see where it was getting anywhere at all.
Like Jackie, Christine also finally took the plunge and had behaviour therapy.
Pages and pages of the word nice. How many times in total did you write this?
I think it was 24,720.
Which was the worst one?
That was the worst.
After writing the word, then looking at pictures, Christine finally faced the real thing. Today, she is cured.
I can't relate to how I felt before. I think back to the things I said, and I know that when I said them, I meant them 100%, and I felt so strong about them. And now, I can't feel like that.
And since her success, she's had her brain rescanned. When she sees a mouse now, there's no change in the hippocampus and no sign of fear in her brain. The phobia is gone.
I feel, now I'm over it, it's the best way to show everybody that I've conquered my fear. I feel that by putting it there, I've contaminated myself now for the rest of my life, so there's no way I can go back to being the way I was. No way.